Bart, we know you, we love you, but Kyle, we're so excited to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is going to be awesome. So we're definitely like Phoenix fans today. We're talking all about the city. Let's dive into this first article here, which is titled Vestar Unveils Massive Mixed-Use Project in Mesa. So this is a huge deal. There are tons of these kind of projects going up across the valley. Bart, do you want to hit us with like what a mixed-use
like a mixed-use project is, you're going to have luxury retail in there, office space, often for new tech companies that are coming to Arizona. You'll have hotels, so luxury hotels, multifamily. So just a mixed-use park of everything you want.
Yeah.
You got to think like a lot of major cities have this, where it's, hey, I live in a skyrise in an apartment, and if I go downstairs to the very bottom, I'm on a strip of bars, restaurants. So Phoenix and Phoenix metro area is starting to build out these mixed-use projects all over the valley, which is great for us.
Yeah, and I can think of tons of these in like Metro Phoenix, like the city of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Scottsdale. But this is cool because it's going to Mesa. So it's expanding out of kind of the main hub of the city. But Kyle, you live over there, right?
Yeah, I live in East Mesa, and this location specifically is pretty unbelievable. It really, for the longest time, and my family's lived in Mesa since the founding of the city.
No way.
And my great-great-great-grandfather was the first mayor of Mesa back in the 1870s.
We got Mesa royalty here with us.
Sure. But this part of town was, for the longest time, just farmland. A lot of empty lots, desert land, dumping grounds. And really what catalyzed this area was the Mesa Gateway Airport, which came about, I believe, about 15 years ago.
Okay.
And ever since then, there's been developers left and right trying to scoop up land and look for opportunities to do something like this. And so Vestar, they're probably the biggest retail and mixed-use developer here in town that I know of.
Yeah.
And great reputation. So.
And even in this article, I mean, it lists out all these things that they're going to have. 2,500 multifamily residences, 600-room resort hotel, 3.4 million square feet of mid-rise offices and corporate campus space. So that's obviously going to be taken up by people needing that space to work. Or, but then what about retail? I don't see anything specific in here about retail. Did they mention anything about that?
Yes, there is retail in here. Really, the retail that I read about is actually going to be the anchor of this project. And so they really want to emulate Scottsdale Quarter, which just recently sold, I believe, for about $650 million to a new group.
Right.
But, there's actually quite a bit of money out in this area. Gilbert is a, wealthier demographic. Queen Creek, different parts of Mesa. You got Eastmark out there, which is just developed. And so there's not really, and my mom will love this, but there's really no luxury shopping center out in this part of town. So
make sure you say hi to your mom.
Yeah. Hi, Mom.
So this is really meeting a need out in that area.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'll say this. I was talking to an investor who owns a lot of Airbnbs in Arizona, and he said, I would not buy any other Airbnbs today unless it was close to this legacy park. He says, my Airbnbs there currently, they are constantly listed and leased up, especially during spring training season, just all year round. That's a desirable area where people want to stay on a short-term basis. So a little nugget if someone's in the Airbnb market looking to buy some homes.
Definitely. No, that's so interesting. Mesa is really like having a glow up, if you will. But that is such a good point. Spring training, all the things that are going on out there, there's just a ton to do. But that kind of leads me into our next article here, because they do talk about Mesa in this next article, which is titled Phoenix Metro Dominates Economic Growth Rankings for Top 10 Cities Nationwide. So they group this into small cities, mid-cities, and large cities. Yeah. And of course, Phoenix, we know, is one of the largest. I believe it's the 5th. And then Mesa is also in there as well as the 9th.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal.
Yeah, one of the nuggets I pulled from here was over 400 companies are considering relocating or expanding in Arizona. And we talk about that a lot in this podcast. You have so many different companies moving to Arizona. I think a big part of it is because of the different, the build out of the freeway systems that we have. We're expanding them right now. And then in addition to that, we have all the, we're becoming the microchip hub in the U.S. So if you're a tech company and you want to be close to your materials, you want to be in Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. And to add on to that, it's really rare when a market can become an agglomeration, right? For example, you have Detroit with cars, or you have New York and Chicago tandem with finance, right? Phoenix is becoming an agglomeration for the semiconductor industry, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at some of the geopolitical things going on with China and Taiwan, like if Taiwan were to fall, it's like, well, where does that outflow for this production go to? You're looking at mainly Phoenix.
Yeah.
Having it stateside is huge.
Is it because business is so much easier out here? It's such a business friendly. Why has it become that? What did you call it? An agglomeration? But why is that happening here?
No, I think it's a combination of things. One, I think the lifestyle here is great. You know, 8-9 months of the year. There's no natural disasters here.
Weather's huge.
Outside of maybe the haboob that just hit a couple
I know,
days
right?
ago. But a lot of business friendly policy.
Yep.
Lastly, and I give a lot of credit to GPEC, the Greater Phoenix Economic Council. 'Cause what used to happen here was like the city of Mesa Economic Development would be fighting with the city of Scottsdale or the city of Gilbert or the city of Chandler. There was a lot of infighting.
Yeah.
And so about, I believe it was 17 years ago, GPEC was created to kind of absolve all that conflict and to say like, hey, like we're going to bring businesses here. And no matter where they end up, it's going to be a win for the valley.
A rising tide raises all boats. Yeah. No, that's really interesting. That's a great point. Let's talk really quickly about the fact that they also list some mid-sized cities like Gilbert and some small cities like Goodyear and Surprise. I mean, we've been talking about Surprise so much. This is kind of, I feel like, a slept-on small city. What do you guys think in terms of economic growth?
Yeah, like just looking at the mid-sized cities, in the top 10 rankings, you have Gilbert at number 1, and you have Chandler at number 5. So Gilbert ranked number 1 in the U.S. with employment, housing, population, and income growth. And then also nearly 50% of the residents in Gilbert had a bachelor's degree. And then Chandler ranked 5, and then similar, strong education, strong housing gains, plus a 24% drop in crime. It's just cool seeing these cities in the Phoenix metro area ranking in the top 10 for growth. I don't know if there's another state that has
so much growth.
Yeah. And then the small cities, you have Goodyear that ranked number 1, posting huge gains in population of 29%. Housing was up 38%, and incomes are up 30%. Surprise ranked number 4 with job and housing growth. And then you have Peoria that ranked number 8. So, it's a testament to Phoenix Metro, and then also all the people moving here for work. It's the cost of living's lower here, so it just makes sense.
Yeah, and Bart made a good point a couple minutes ago about highway expansion. I mean, the initiatives of our state to build out the 303 loop and the new I-11 coming in, which is going to connect from Goodyear and Goodyear area and go up to Vegas.
Right?
And so if you know any real estate investor, they're always following freeway expansion and trying to be as close to that as they can, or land banking.
Interesting.
So pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of growth. It's really exciting. Let's transition from that growth into our next article here, which is titled Apartment Construction Reaches 10-Year Low.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about all this growth, all this expansion. What does this article mean right now for Phoenix?
Yeah, so if you look back at from 2019 through basically 2024, apartment construction and supplies were at all-time highs. So 2022, 2023, 2024, apartment construction is going up.
Yeah.
2025, there's a drop-off.
It's just like stopping.
Which is a good thing for multifamily operators, because that gives us some time to recover.
Yeah.
We expect rents to go up as these new units are absorbed, and rents are directly tied to our values. So for investors, this is a good thing. We do want to slow down in construction. But looking at the past articles that we just talked about, there's so much growth here in Phoenix. You have all these people moving here. We talked about the small cities, mid-cities, and the large cities. They need a place to live.
Totally.
So eventually there's going to probably be another round of construction, but I wouldn't expect that happening until 2028. And hopefully by then interest rates are down, and as well as inflation. I hope that's down as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this article really, just the headline excited me, because especially here in Phoenix, you look at absorption,
Yeah.
right? There's been a ton of I believe we were number 2 behind Dallas
Yeah.
in 2023 for deliveries at about 46,000 new units. And we've seen just these last year or two of the incentives that a lot of these developers have been offering, 2 months free,
Right.
3 months free.
Yeah, the concessions.
Yeah. And so the absorption with these lack of new units is just going to continue to be positive. And we're going to see a lot of these concessions go away. We're going to see a lot of stabilization. And yeah, that's just good news for us at Neighborhood Ventures, just looking to continue to acquire great deals here.
Yeah.